Savage at Heffner Toyota. I'm here with our guests, Chantelle and Jason. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. We're here to talk hybrids, specifically plug-in hybrids. Tell me a bit about what inspired you to get into a plug-in hybrid.
It initially started off, we needed a new car.
Yeah.
And we were looking at price point, and we thought we'd like to try something different, and the numbers worked out good on the plug-in, and we just didn't realize how good it was actually going to be once we got driving it.
Cool. So what other cars have you owned? What Toyotas have you owned?
Well, we also own a 2018 Highlander, as well as the Prime. We've owned a minivan, Scion TC,
Yeah.
Celica. We've owned
And your Echo.
another Highlander, as well as an Echo.
That's right. That's a lot of vehicles.
Yeah.
Toyotas and a Scion. Cool. So how's the experience been with the plug-in? Have you changed anything in your lifestyle?
A little bit. I mean, we're using this car now more for just basically take over what the Highlander was doing around town because it's so good on gas, right? Other than that, no. We're doing the same distance that we're normally do on an everyday drive or anything like that, but because it's basically costing us no gas, we're using that a lot more.
Have you calculated what the hydro costs are? So when you plug it in,
No more than $20 a month at most is what is costing us extra. Because we charge it off-peak.
Yeah.
You don't really even notice
We
it.
don't even notice it on the bill.
so that's less than $1 a day.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And how far did you get on your first tank of gas?
First tank,
First tank, 8,000 kilometers.
just a little bit over 6 months.
A little over 6 months.
Almost seven.
Wow. Okay, so is there anything special else you had to do or you felt you needed to do during that 6 months with just one tank of gas?
Well, I was worried that the gas was going to go stale, so I actually had to put a stabilizer in it.
Okay, and do you feel that was necessary or is that something you think you'll consistently do?
I didn't know at the time. Winter months, you use gas a little bit more due to the fact that you've got your fans on, and the cold, it comes on a little bit more. So I did use gas a little more in the wintertime, but in the summertime, you virtually don't use any gas at all, at least with us.
So have you found during the winter months, you've just gotten into the last couple months?
The kilometers get a little less because it's cold, we don't park in the garage.
Okay,
So being that it is colder temperatures, the battery doesn't get as far, but it still gets us to and from work.
is it a remarkable difference or just a little bit of difference?
There's a pretty good difference.
Pretty
We
good
were
difference
getting,
because it's
like,
sitting out in the cold.
there's probably about 15 to 20 kilometers difference.
Okay.
The driving hasn't changed. Jay's used to driving a standard, so we use the brake assist when needed to help regenerate the battery as we're braking, so Jay still feels like he's driving a standard car.
Yeah.
I go either way, because my Highlander is automatic.
Okay. Have you ever used the setup where you can set it to regenerate the electric battery while you're driving?
I have done that when I took it up to Grand Bend. The first long distance trip we took, I got from my work to the new Hamburg Ford dealership on one charge. And then I recharged it and I got the other side of Stratford and then I was able to go back to electric.
Wow.
So between doing that, going to Grand Bend, a little bit around Grand Bend and back home, we used a quarter tank of gas.
That's impressive. Wow.
I didn't necessarily think I was going to get that out of it. I was surprised.
We were
But
hoping
as we
for
got
it.
driving, we were going hoping, and we were able to do it.
So it became part of a personal challenge?
Yeah,
Yeah, in a way. Yeah, but we didn't change anything to get it that way. It just, that's our everyday way that we drive, so.
Have you connected with any other plug-in owners or battery electric vehicle owners to kind of swap stories?
Yeah, actually, I do work with a few people that have them. So they actually are in the same par as what we are, right?
Okay.
Though their driving habits may be different, they may be driving longer distances, so they don't have the full range of electric that we normally do on an everyday drive. But yeah, they're very happy with them. Driving this vehicle does have a little bit of a different feel when you're on solely electric. When you actually are on electric, it's quicker. You've got that torque right off the get-go. When you have the gas on there, it feels like you have a little bit more of a lag to it. So it's a lot more fun driving on the electric than it is actually on the gas.
Yeah, with the gas pedal, when the gas switches over, it's a stiffer gas pedal that you actually have to push harder on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never noticed the difference, but I haven't driven it as much as you have, so that's amazing. So, looking forward to Toyota evolving into battery electric vehicles, or at least more plug-ins?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. You feel good for somewhat lessening our footprint.
But on the same token, it also is nice to have that backup of the gas.
Yes.
They may not have the electric filling stations around right now, so it's nice to have. I can go up north and not have to worry about having to charge my battery. I can actually use gas up there and not be affected on my drive in any way.
So, because the two of you have done a lot of plug-in driving as you go, or recharging as you go, you actually, I can't say you go on a full tank on a trip, because your trip has been 8,000 kilometers. So unique compared to a lot of people's ownership, I find they're saying, oh, I got 1,000 or 2,000 kilometers on that tank of gas. You've actually been miraculously able to stretch it farther than a road trip.
That's right.
Which is phenomenal.
We don't charge, like if we drive to work, there's no charging station at my work and there's no charging station at Jay's work.
No.
So we literally go to and from work on one charge.
Either location.
Either
Either
location.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Do your kids give you any feedback?
Some of our son's friends think the car's cool. They get in like, this is a cool car.
Really?
So
Is it because of the big
I
screen?
think it's the big screen.
It's more futuristic, I think.
Absolutely. Do your family or friends, close friends, do you have those conversations, those kind of campfire talks about, wow, we're still on the same tank of gas?
We're always proud of how much gas we've not used, put it in that way. But yeah, there's a lot of doubters out there, sometimes you got the naysayer, oh, you drive a Prius, and automatically think it's slow. Well, with electric, it's not necessarily slow.
No.
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 One of my coworkers, her husband's an electrician, and he says there's no way that's costing less than $20. Our October bill was actually less this year than the previous one without having a plug-in car.
Really?
Yeah.
So the best of your ability to calculate, like from month to month, do you time, or do you have a counter or something? Like how do you calculate it?
It's just basically looking at the bill and you can see what month to month was a year ago. Is basically how we're going.
They have a chart on your electric bill.
Yes.
You can see.
Yeah.
And I took a ruler, and this past October having a plug-in was less than last October not having one.
So in other words, you're not seeing any phenomenal spikes, and that's how
Nothing.
you're
No,
calculating your
exactly.
budget.
That's right.
And that doesn't even factor in if our hydro prices went
That's right.
up. Right.
That's right. And we're doing off peak, right? It's always charging basically after 12 o'clock. Usually it starts probably at 1 o'clock in the morning, so.
And you're just using, that's a good question, you're just using the regular 110 plug?
Yeah, that's all we're
Regular
using.
110 plug that came with
You
the
didn't
car.
bother to go to a 220 in the garage or
No,
anything?
Nope.
there's no need for it for us.
It's one of the big questions I get asked a lot. Well, don't I have to modify? Don't I have to spend a lot of money?
A lot of my clients have asked, and I said it just plugs into my wall.
Which is really cool. Well, thank you very much for coming out today, Jason and Chantelle. Very much appreciate you giving your feedback. It's, right now, it's very rare to have anybody drive 8,000 kilometers on one tank of gas. So now the challenge is out there to see who else can beat that. Thank you very much.